Hey friends, just a heads up. In this show, we touch on mental health and some other heavier topics. Nothing too intense, but we want you to take care of yourself and those who may be listening with you. Also, all opinions are our own and not affiliated with 21 Pilots in any way. Listen with care, and thanks for being here.
Putting on a podcast.
Hey, wake up over there.
I'm awake.
You look out of it.
I'm very tired.
Welcome back to Cliquebait, Mrs. Cliquebait.
Same to you, Mr. Cliquebait.
Why, thank you. New and improved Cliquebait on the page. I think I have notes for this later, but we changed our name.
We did?
I mean, technically, like I realized at one point that Cliquebait was one word.
Yeah.
And we had it as 2 words, so now we've altered it to be one word, but it should
we
not.
We had it as 1 word, and you made me make it 2 words.
I don't think I did.
Yeah, you did.
Well, anyway, the actual word clickbait is 2 words. Yeah, 1 word. Sorry, and I made it 2 words. Apparently, that was my doing.
Yes,
so
it
you
was.
say? Well, now it is 1 word. So hopefully, it doesn't affect anything like how you find us or whatever. And it promises to not affect any like subscriptions or anything. So if you've subscribed on the page, it should still say, no, what am I saying? It'll say clickbait with 1 word, but like you don't have to do anything. Basically, we changed our name, but you don't have to do anything.
We didn't really change our name. We just
we corrected it. We made it right.
We changed the spacing.
Yeah, we made it right. But anyway, welcome back, everyone. Thanks for being here. It's episode 49. Which means we're 3 away from the 1-year mark. Woo! Woo! Oh, hold on. I have buttons for this. I don't have to do it. Almost 1 year.
We got to get a little faster with the buttons.
I know. I'm still learning this machine, but it's almost 1 year. Yeah, Butch is excited for episode 52.
Very excited.
All right. Anyway, should we just jump right into it? We have a lot
it.
going on in this episode. So
we do?
need to,
okay. All right. Well, Shyway is 10.
Going. Happy birthday,
My
Shyway.
gateway song.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. Not again. I wish we could find a shorter applause.
We probably could, but that's the one that comes with the machine. So I don't know. Like I could try to find.
Although we'd lose Butch, so
yeah, and
I don't know.
The fans like
part
Butch
of the
apparently
family at this point in time. So
I feel like didn't you have a comment that people liked Butch or something,
no,
or from Butch's ears to my radio? Or something? I don't know.
What?
From Butch's lips to my ears.
I thought somebody said something. Okay, absolutely not.
Anyway, what did it say?
I don't remember, but it wasn't that.
I thought it was like in Butch We Trust or something. I don't know.
Not even close. All right. Anyway, yeah. So my gateway song last Tuesday, the Tuesday before last, after you hear this, is 10 years old. It's very exciting.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Shyway.
Yes. And then you've got something.
Yeah. Level of concern is 6 years old ish.
Wow.
I didn't see the date that it came out. Well, we don't celebrate 6 years old or what?
No, I said, wow.
You're like, wow. But that also means the crazy pandemic is 6 years old. It still feels like yesterday sometimes. I think anyway. Yeah. I don't know. But I'm glad it's over. But yeah, that was a product of the pandemic times where everybody was trying to figure out what to do. I saw a video the other day of when Tyler announced that the people that have cracked the code or something, and they sent flash drives out to everyone, and he just looks so even more bummed out than usual, like I think all of us were during that time.
Bummed out?
On that video he did. Maybe he was just acting a little bit. I don't know, but it was just reminded me of what a weird time it was. But
yeah. And
now we always have level of concern to, remind us of that wonderful time.
I know.
So
I love level of concern.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I'm going to move this here because we're on the same path here. Junie Bell Joseph is 4 years old.
How did you know her last name or middle name?
I was going to say, what do you mean? How do I know her last name?
How did you know her middle name?
It's called Google.
Oh, really? You looked that up?
Well, yeah.
Weird.
What do you mean weird?
Doesn't that put you in kind of like weirdo status?
No.
Okay. Just checking. I don't know. What? Junie Bell. I love the middle name. Do you think she was named after a Princess Belle, the Disney princess?
I doubt it.
Oh,
but
okay.
that would be really cool.
Yeah, it would be.
If she was.
Well, happy birthday, Junie Bell.
Happy birthday, June. So exciting. And that means that Tommy's should be coming up pretty soon, too. Wasn't he born in April, too?
He's another, no, he's not a COVID product. Junie Bell is, yes? No?
No, Rosie was born during,
Rosie's
I
a
think.
COVID product.
No, not
yeah,
a product. Not a product. He
Anyway.
was born during, I think.
Yeah, I don't remember when Tommy was born. We'll have to
I think it
use
was
the old
April.
Google for that
I'm
as
pretty
well.
sure. And Tommy Stryker, Joseph.
Tommy Stryker, Joseph, yeah. Oh, man. To be a rock star.
To be a rock star.
Yeah. All right, what's
and,
next?
And what's Felix is Felix Winter, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. They released Tag Path.
Tag Path and
Wow.
Rally. My two favorite songs.
I'm so tired, you guys. I'm so tired. All right. Drag Path and Tally from the AT&T Block Party, the March Madness show.
Festival,
Really
yes.
big show.
Mm-hmm.
They did.
Yeah.
I want to know, though, maybe you have some answers or ideas. Why just those two songs? And they released them so fast, and now it's like crickets. Like, why just those two? They had such great songs, and I thought, oh, Tally had the cover in it, but Drag Path didn't have a cover in it, so it's not the cover. So it's like, why did they pick those two of all the songs they could have done?
Yeah, I don't know. I think, well, I'm sure there's a theory out there floating around that I believe, I don't want to bury the lead, but I think you're going to get into that. But I just think we didn't have a live video of Drag Path yet. So there you have it. And we didn't have one of Tally yet. So there you have it.
But we also don't have one of, I don't know.
We don't have one of a lot of stuff, but I
One
just
Way.
don't know why.
Why didn't they pick One Way?
I don't know.
Why didn't they do Drum Show? Why didn't they do, I don't know, any other song they played?
I don't know. Why don't you tell us?
I'm not going to tell. It's not why. I just think I think I have an idea.
Yeah, I want to hear it.
Well, okay.
Because I have zero idea.
You
I think
have
they're just doing it. Somebody said go release this, so they did. I don't know. I have no idea.
Okay. Maybe they're the only ones that sounded good. I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Hey,
But
I
yeah.
don't know. But hear me out on this theory that I've got going here that I'm thinking about. So remember we kind of talked about that like third album theory?
Yeah.
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 Don't you laugh at me like that.
I'm not, but
I'm
somebody
not the only one that believes this.
when we get to listener feedback later, by the way, exploded. I feel bad because I think people thought I was really complaining. So everybody came out of the woodwork and
Well, good.
started
You
commenting.
should feel
again.
bad.
But one of them says hey, by the way, Mrs. Cliquebait, Tyler came out himself and said this album ends the
He
war.
didn't.
I don't
He
know.
didn't.
I know your whole
All right,
should
anyway.
whatever theory, but that's what
Wrong.
what the people are saying.
False news.
Okay, well, we'll see.
All right. Anyway, so they put out Drag Path that literally has "Can You Find Me?" right?
Mm-hmm.
Then they put out Tally with the Believe cover in it.
Yeah.
Which
Mhm.
literally says "Believe" twice,
Yeah.
and it's blue.
Do you believe in
Which
life
we've
after
been
breach? That's
talking
what
about.
it said, right?
So I'm thinking it all hangs in the balance of the next one that comes out.
Mm.
Are they going to
Okay.
connect with each other? Is it going to fit my theory? I'm very
Hmm.
serious about this. I don't think it's over.
Okay.
Even Jorge,
Jorge.
I've got him on my side now. He says, yeah, there's too many clues that point to it not being done yet.
That kid's always on your side, so
No,
I'm
he's
not
not,
sure that
though.
counts for anything. but-
No, he's not. He's a very logical child.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. All right,
If you
moving
say
on.
so.
So I actually didn't even post about it because I am a responsible podcaster and I research before I post. And I saw that the astronauts for the Artemis 2, by the way, had a playlist that included Ride by 21 Pilots.
That seems like a very good,
Sure.
Artemis
Agreed.
Path song
Sure.
to listen to. Yeah.
So I was super excited because if you can remember just a couple episodes ago, I talked about how cool it would be if they were played on the International Space Station in space, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh, they heard me. They're going to play them in space. And I was very excited and I got it all ready and I was ready to post it. And we looked and tried to find exactly where that was in the thing so I can make a clip. But then I researched it because I wanted to really make sure that this is true before I post it. And it's not true.
Oh, man.
They only had 8 songs, and this list was like 16 or 17 songs,
Mm,
none of which were 21 Pilots.
dang
So I was very upset. I was very sad, and I didn't post it, obviously. But then today, as we listen to this, or as we record this, I mean, we were vindicated. Yay.
it. Yay.
Oh, hey, you stopped it.
Yeah, I can stop it. I have all the control over here, man.
Oh, all right.
I can do whatever you need me to do. We
Anyway,
can have
so
little sploosh, big sploosh, all the sploosh, or
Okay.
just see.
great.
Yeah, I got this.
All right. So astronaut Christina, I think it's Coach. I'm not sure.
I think that's usually pronounced cook. In my
Cook?
experience. I know it's weird, right? Because it looks like
Koch is Cook.
yeah. That's how I've heard one person do it, but I think they were just trying to
Okay, well, whatever.
avoid being
Astronaut
pronounced
Christina.
as the male chicken,
What will you?
because that's what
I
you
wouldn't
could say
say
as
that
well.
either. All right. Anyway, astronaut Christina, whatever her last name is,
Christina K.
made a post today on Instagram that was showing her doing a simulated run, which helps optimize the lunar surface walks when they actually get to the moon. Because Artemis did not go to the moon, by the way. It was just a trip around to a loop
Mhm.
to see, how it would go.
Yeah.
What were they, the furthest traveling in I don't remember what their
Yeah.
thing
I
was.
don't know.
Anyway, so they do like moonwalk simulations to get them ready for the actual thing, and she posted it to Drag Path.
Like they're doing like the Michael Jackson moonwalk simulation.
No.
Oh. Oh, to go walk on the moon.
Yeah.
Ah, I see. Okay.
Mhm.
I just wanted to clarify.
Sure.
I feel like
Anyway,
moonwalking in
so
space.
it's a Drag
would be-
Path. We were vindicated. So technically,
Yeah.
if you want to get very technical about it, Drag Path. Well, she wasn't playing it during the time, so maybe not. But I think it was played on the moon, but not really.
Now, do you think that she's a fan or just picked the popular song that came up on?
I think she knows
whatever?
it's popular, but she also likes it, so she picked it.
Okay, great.
All right.
Way to go, Christina K.
All right. We had some weird goings on Spotify this week.
Yeah, we did. There's a disturbance in the
There is a
in
disturbance in the
21
force.
Pilots force for sure.
So one of our followers pointed out that the things that appeared on Spotify have been released in the UK for a very long time, but we don't have them here in the US.
Yes.
They're not for
Yeah.
release here. So they said maybe they're just lifting the geo something or others so that the US can also receive these wonderful noises.
Yeah, like
Okay.
geo restrictions or something.
Yeah,
I think I
there
saw.
you go. Thank
yeah.
you. Sure.
Yeah.
So that's possibly what's going on here, but
Mhm.
it still hasn't changed, and it's very odd, if you ask me.
It is. Yeah. Well, it gets
So what we got,
gets everybody all spun out about what's going on.
because
you know.
what's happening? So what we got is we got Vessel with bonus tracks, but no bonus tracks.
Yeah.
We
You
got
almost said boneless tracks.
haha. We got Vessel that's just commentary. So Vessel with commentary, but it's literally just commentary.
Yes.
Then we
did.
got the Quiet is Violent EP. That's Car Radio, Guns for Hands, Holding On to You, House of Gold. But it's just Guns for Hands.
Yeah, that's all that plays, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got the Holding On to You EP. We got the Migraine EP. We got Lovely, that's Guns for Hands. There's a lot of Guns for Hands going
A
on,
lot of guns.
which
for
makes
hands.
me
What are we
happy
trying to
because I
say
love
about-
Guns for Hands. But
Yeah, but the emphasis on the guns is something.
right. We got Holding On to You single, and then we got something called 3 Songs, which is, again, Guns for Hands,
Yeah.
Migraine, and Ode to Sleep. So it's a lot of Vessel that we
A lot of vessel. Yeah.
were able to get. But also we don't have it. We have pictures and we have Guns for Hands,
Yeah.
but we do not have anything else,
Right.
which is
Yeah.
odd.
It's very weird. Yeah.
Very strange, but
Very
I sense
strange
there is a
indeed.
disturbance in the force. There's something going on, I believe.
Yeah. What do you think it is though?
I
Do you think they're just messing with us again?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm nervous. Nervous about it, to be honest. We'll see.
I'm just nervous that one of these days they're gonna come down and like be like, "Hey, it's over, guys. We broke up. We retired."
I mean, they will at some point in their lives.
oh, I know, but I'm not ready for that day at all.
No.
And I dread the day that it will come, but I know it will, and it sucks.
All right. Well, we, on a lighter note and more exciting note, we made it to Google. Yay.
I wanted Butch to get in there for that one because this is big.
It's big news.
It is
because
big.
when we first started,
now you can find us if you couldn't find us before.
I would search 21 Pilots podcast and it would come up with like 5 podcasts that don't even podcast anymore.
Yeah.
Except one that decided to start podcasting again.
Because we were, right? Like
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally right.
Totally.
So that one is still the first one that comes up, which is very frustrating if you ask me. But anyway. But then we're the second one. Now.
Yeah, I know.
We come up.
It's really cool, man.
I'm super excited
Finally.
about it.
That means what? Strangers can find us, not just our fans, our loyal fans.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I have an update about that. We have like 16,000 downloads, still not to the year mark, which is incredible. And we have like over 10,000 unique listeners.
That's weird.
So that means we have like 10,000, tens of thousands of fans.
I don't think so.
That are listening. Yes, we do.
Well,
there's 10,000 people that are listening. You can't base it just on the downloads.
Like for example, I'll listen to it like on my phone or like on my computer, and I'll listen to it like on Apple or Spotify. Does that make me a unique listener every time?
No, that's what I'm trying to say. Is that's why our downloads are higher than the listener count because people listen over and over again, which is also cool. But
interesting.
We have like over 10,000 individual people following along, listening, and some
at one point,
and some it continues to grow.
Oh,
and some people who are listening multiple times. So I mean, what I'm trying to say here is it's doing well, and I'm pleased.
Very
and
exciting.
Good job, everyone. Thank you.
Yes, thank you for being here. If you're here, if you're not here, then no, thank you to you.
If you're not here, you might be at Coachella, and I have some thoughts. Have you been paying attention to Coachella at all on the social media?
I don't pay attention to it. It's never really been my thing. I didn't even really know it was happening until, I don't know, something went on with Justin Bieber, I guess.
Yeah, well, that's something I wanted to mention too. But I think it's no secret that we're from California. Never went to Coachella. Never had any interest in Coachella.
Not one time.
I have no desire to go sit out in a dusty, hot desert and watch
to be honest.
A bunch of bands I probably don't care about. And after reading and seeing the highlights of what's going on this year, I'm really glad our boys are not part of it. You know, because at first I was thinking
like the kind of Coachella kind of band.
No, and at first I was thinking like, why aren't they in this huge festival? Because they're huge. Like, how come they've never been in it? Mm-hmm. But they have beef with it apparently. Like they don't want to be part of it because of all the hedonistic things that go on there.
Oh yeah, I don't like that.
But for those of you that are, attending some of our festivals this year, I wanted to point out just maybe some of the differences. How much do you think a charging locker costs at Coachella?
Oh, I have no idea what it would cost anywhere.
Well, at Coachella, it costs $89.
$89 for what?
A charging locker to put your phone in.
I'm like, it charges your locker?
No.
I'm confused. Wait, do you get it like all day?
I didn't say the details. I just put the price out there. I'm guessing not because it's kind of like a shocking price. I think you get it like on a couple hour basis or something.
No, it has to be all day for a price like that.
I don't know. Guess how much, this is a new trend, venues are doing this and I've seen it around, but caviar and chicken nuggets, guess how much it is there? And it looks like you get 2, 4, 6, 8 nuggets.
With caviar on top?
You get like a little cracker with caviar and then some dipping sauce. Guess how much that runs you?
$29.95.
$100.
Ew.
Okay.
It's probably like all dusty and hot.
Guess how much the last minute resale tickets were going for?
$2,000.
Nope.
No. Okay.
Close. $3,000 and up.
Oh my God.
Guess how much a house rental is if you want to stay in the area with your buds and do like an Airbnb?
$10,000.
$24,000 plus.
Who has that?
Group.
You'd need to get 24 friends to come and stay with you at that house at a reasonable price.
Ultra premium single day suite. This is just one day, and this is multiple weekends, this thing. 1 day suite paired with artist guest passes. What do you think the price is?
Well, that's insane, though. That's kind of cool. So it's just 1 day for the suite?
Yeah, but like as we've mentioned before, I know a little bit about
15,000.
40,000.
40,000.
Oh wait, it gets better. What do you think the ultra premium weekend suite costs paired with artist guest passes?
$200,000.
$70,000.
Oh, okay. I was way off.
The headliners, of course, for this past weekend were Sabrina Carpenter, Justin Bieber, Karol G is a headliner. There's all these different, I don't know, some Latin twerk person. But there's a bunch of different bands. There's some that I was interested in, but I wanted to point out Turnstile was good. I would go to see them. And Teddy Swims. We like Teddy Swims a little bit, right?
You're a big fan. You're a big Teddy Swims fan.
I don't know if I am a big fan, but I'm not so sure I am anymore because he went out there and just kind of sang. He was wearing like some weird bathrobe, just looked very disheveled and sloppy.
Oh, no. I hope
and
he's okay.
He just kind of sang his songs, but he did this real gimmicky thing where he had like a revolving door of different people come out and sing. So it's like, are we seeing him or are we seeing...
Wait, the different people sang his song or like
they sang with him and sang like different
a cover
songs.
with him?
Yeah,
or?
it was like a guest spot. One of them was Vanessa Carlton and...
Oh, I like her.
I don't remember who the others were, but it's like, I want to see Teddy Swims and what Teddy Swims brings to the pool. Not,
yeah, but but sometimes the fun in festivals is seeing all the artists perform together.
Yeah, and I guess
kind of
Justin Bieber went on to YouTube and then like live reacted to his videos while YouTube was like...
Yeah.
I mean, the whole festival just seems gimmicky to me.
Yeah.
There's a lot of gimmicks and a lot
Weird.
of tricks and special guests and whatever. It's like, just play the music. I don't know.
Well,
combine that with the heat and the gross atmosphere. It looks a little Woodstocky, like the documentary. I'm just glad I'm not in it. And the prices, like, oh my God, they're insane.
Yeah. Well,
I've seen some of the other ones for
so.
like drinks and food and it's just bananas. So not a fan of Coachella. And I'm really glad that we as a community are not part of it.
Yeah.
So good job, guys. I'm glad they're not part of this Coachella nonsense. Are you ready for what everyone's waiting for?
Oh, sure.
Should we get into our brackets?
Yeah.
These are the finals. This is big time.
We're hitting the big time, folks.
So this is the final of each album. And then my original thought was to put them into another bracket, the final 7, and do a song off there and see what is the all-time for you, not, for everyone else, but just for you.
Right.
What is your all-time favorite 21 Pilots song?
Okay.
Out of what's left. So, do you want me to start?
Yeah, because I can't find mine now.
Uh-oh.
They're there. I just have to find them.
Well, I'm going to start with self-titled. And I am down to Aircatcher versus Trapdoor. And I'm going to go, drum roll, please. Just a picture. Imagine a drum roll in your head. We don't have that button yet. I'm going to go with Blatant Trapdoor. That is my favorite song off of self-titled.
Wait.
You have a hard time understanding this every week.
Because we didn't get down to the 2.
Yes, we did. Last week. What is your deal?
I don't remember what I did then. I didn't write these down.
And you didn't post them again.
Well, I didn't post them because I was posting them, and every post I got like less and less and less engagement. So I was like, this takes so much time to do this. I'm like, it's not worth it.
Yeah. So what should we do then? Just forget about it?
No. I'll just have to do it off the cuff. Hopefully I can remember what I did.
Do you want me to go through mine while you figure it out?
Nope, go for it.
I just did. Self-titled is Trapdoor for me.
All right. Well, then I would have Oh Misbeliever and I Live Flightless Birds, and I'm going to have to go Oh Misbeliever. All
right. Congrats. For Vessel, I have Car Radio versus Guns for Hands. Oh my goodness. I really love Guns for Hands, but that's your jam. Car Radio is like my Vessel gateway. I love that song. So I'm moving Car Radio to say it's my favorite off of
It's really good.
Vessel.
I do like Car Radio. I believe that I also have Car Radio and Guns for Hands. I don't think I did Screen over Car Radio.
No, you did not. You did not.
So I also have Car Radio and Guns for Hands, but I have to do Guns for Hands.
You do.
Because that's my song. So Guns for Hands it is for Vessel.
Yeah. This will probably kill our podcast forever as I move to Blurry Face, but Diabolical Take, my favorite song on Blurry Face, is Stressed Out.
Weird.
Yeah.
All right. Oh dear. I can't remember if I took Heavy Dirty Soul or Tear in My Heart. I think I did Heavy Dirty Soul.
You did, yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
So I've got Heavy Dirty Soul against Hometown. Yikes.
That's hard for you, I think.
It's really hard for me because I like them both for completely different reasons.
Yeah.
I gotta go Heavy Dirty Soul. I like how it really focuses on Josh.
I think that's a good choice for you. All right, for Trench, I have Nico and the Niners versus Jumpsuit. We all know Jumpsuit's my favorite song, but I've really, really fallen in love with Nico and the Niners lately as I look at the songs differently through a deeper lore lens. But I'm sorry, Nico. and your Niners, it's got to stay jumpsuit for me. That would be a contender for all time favorite.
Yeah.
So
I would agree.
I can't like kick it out now. No way.
Well, I've got jumpsuit versus My Blood.
Oh no.
I don't know. Well, you know what? You picked jumpsuit.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
You've got your tattoo. I'm
let's
gonna
look
pick
at
My
this,
Blood. I've got my tattoo.
Let's look at this as a family, right?
We're gonna do that. We're gonna go My Blood.
All right. For Scaled and Icy, I have No Chances versus Redecorate. Oh my goodness. I've got to go Redecorate.
For Scaled and Icy, I believe I have Good Day and Shy Away. I'm not sure that I picked Choker over Good Day.
You did actually.
Did I?
Yeah.
I am really liking Choker lately.
Yeah.
But I got to do Shy Away because it's my song. It's my gateway.
All right. On Clancy, I have Overcompensate versus
Yep, that's a great one.
versus Backslide. I'm going Backslide. That again is another contender for all-time favorite, unfortunately, I must say.
I've got Routines and Vignette,
Oh no.
I think.
That's
or did I
hard.
go with The Line? No, I went
No,
Routines.
you did, yeah.
Vignette.
All right.
I gotta
And
take Vignette.
are you ready? Our final
Final.
two. From Breach, I have Downstairs versus Center Mass. And I'm going Center Mass
Yeah,
because
I knew you picked that.
I do believe when we shuffle these final 7 and do a bracket, depending on how it all shakes out, Center Mass may end up being my favorite of all time over Jumpsuit.
Really?
I'm already
Wow.
predicting what the final will be. You know, I'm not going to go through the hassle of shuffling these because I don't know how they'll end up. Center Mass is my favorite song ever done by 21 Pilots.
Seriously?
I'm saying it. Yep.
Wow. That's crazy.
Especially after seeing it live and the emotion behind it. There's nothing like it. Yeah.
I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this one. It's like picking a child. I have Garbage and City Walls.
Oh no.
I don't know what to do.
I think you should go with your heart.
I'm not going to go with my heart.
Oh,
I think I have to pick City Walls
why?
because it's the album to me. If I
Okay.
could pick one song that really is Breach, I would pick that song.
Okay.
And Garbage is like a special, like, I love that song so much. But I don't know. It was really difficult to pick, but that's
Yeah.
the one I chose. So I think I'm going to have to go City Walls.
Well, out of all the ones you just picked, can you narrow it down to a final or do you need more time? Like an all-time favorite song?
No, it would probably have to be Guns for Hands.
Really? Okay.
Of all the ones I picked, yeah.
All right.
I think
like
it would
that
come
for
down to
you.
Guns for Hands or City Walls for me.
For
And
you, I
would
love
never
that.
be able to turn my back on Guns for Hands.
Yeah. I love it. All right. That was our bracket challenge, our March Madness that
right.
went into April.
There it went.
All-time favorite song for you, Guns for Hands, mine, Center Mass. Both have to do with shooting things.
Great.
I love it. Perfect. All right, what's next? We already talked about our name change. Shall we
got
get right
listener
into
feedback.
listener feedback? Do you have any this week?
I have a lot.
I have a resurgence,
So,
man.
Yeah. All right. Well, Katie and I on Instagram, when we talked about, I kind of talked about this last week and she came back and said, oh, I have to explain myself. And I told her, you never have to explain yourself on this podcast. But anyway, we were talking about the crowd vibes and how Tyler always says they're going to give us everything they got. You know, he says that. We're going to give you everything we got.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying, like, how dare we give them any less than everything we've got?
Yeah.
So we gotta get those vibes up at the festivals, guys.
Yeah, listen, guys, I'm old. And by the time they even go on, my feet and
I'm very
knees and
tired,
back
yeah.
are killing me. And I give it everything I got. Like, I can't
Oh,
really
yeah.
jump, but I still, like, at least bop when it's time to jump.
Yeah,
And
totally.
so
or at least
if
like,
I
move
can
your
do it,
arm
you
up,
can do
like,
it.
Looks like you're bouncing.
Yeah.
You know?
if I can do it, you can do it. I mean, come on.
Totally.
Give it everything you've got, people.
Katie also tried the Heathens drink from Starbucks.
Oh, I
She
saw that. Yeah.
Posted it on her stories.
I love
so
that.
that was cool. Carrie shared some really cool pictures and videos from her Emotional Roadshow tour and then some from like recent ones. But she was saying she goes with her brother to these shows and her brother's 9 years younger than her, kind of like me and my brother.
Yeah. Do you think we should
Sounds cool.
petition Starbucks to actually call that the Heathens drink?
Totally. I totally think
I
we
think
should.
like a hidden menu thing. That'd be cool.
What else do I have here? Alana R loves your robot voices. Oh, great.
No, go ahead. I'm just looking at.
Oh, I thought
I'm
you
just
were
looking
gonna
at the
push.
machine.
Thought you were gonna push the robot.
No,
voice.
man. I'm just looking at the
All
machine.
right. Cheryl from Facebook, and now we know as Naneth80 on Instagram, was so excited that we shouted her out. She said it was like making the screen at the concerts.
Wow.
That made me feel really cool. So thank you.
You like the voice, Alana?
Yeah.
This one's for you, Alana R. Shout out to you.
Great.
Great.
Great. You look so displeased when I do that.
Is this one better?
I really wish we were on YouTube so everyone could see your face.
Anyway. So Cheryl from Facebook, hello again.
Hi,
to you.
Cheryl.
It was really cool to hear from you guys.
Yeah. So as you know, and as the listeners know, I put out kind of a passive aggressive, announcement last week.
You were a little rude.
A little upset that the comments have been, not there, and I got inundated this week.
Well, good. You deserve it.
And I was just concerned that it was all the buttons and the voices and whatever that maybe turned people off. And the feedback was overwhelming that it does not.
Great.
They love it. They're into it. And we got some new people.
Oh.
We have a new listener on the Spot of Sploosh called Forest Fire who says, you have no idea how excited I got seeing the notification that y'all posted.
Oh.
Great episode this week, ! Missed the live showing of the block party, but thankfully someone on TikTok posted the whole thing.
Nice.
So I got to go back and watch it. I found that part that you, Mrs. Cliquebait, was talking about with Tyler and his stole, and said it was the I'd die for you rap during Ride where he did the hanging himself thing.
Okay.
And they draw the line at a puking button. There shall be no puking buttons.
Be.
Clancy's Jumpsuit commented on her post with something, or their post with some things, and talked back and forth. And then the return of Eva.
Hi.
Said, I'm so sorry for being MIA for weeks. I've had some wild health complications and I'm graduating soon. So it's been wild. I've missed you guys so much. I'm sorry, Eva, for shaming you.
I think she commented on Instagram too today. I played a fun game today.
Obviously, I had no idea if anybody had any, health issues or pressing matters.
I hope you feel really bad.
I do. I feel terrible.
You should feel bad.
She says she would like to get a tattoo soon, but needs ideas for a TOP related tattoo that isn't too overused.
Oh, yeah. So, don't do the push on through in Tyler's handwriting.
Yeah. As the illustrated man here with multiple TOP tattoos, what I want to say to you, Eva, is search your feelings. Don't ask us. Don't ask anyone else on Facebook. Find something that really means something to you. Tap into your creative, draw some pictures, think about it, and just come up with something. The artist will help you if they're good enough. They'll figure something out. But if I were to give any advice, I like the kind of if you know tattoos. I don't like the what did I say? If you know. Yeah, if you know, you know. I like those where you have to be
those are my
like big fan, Yeah.
Like who was it that I can't remember who shared? I think it was Katie who shared hers with me. I told you it was a hand holding flowers, but it had the yellow tape on the fingers. I'm pretty sure it was Katie.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
Yeah.
Like I love those when you're like, oh yeah, like you need to be in the know to know.
Yeah.
And pick stuff that like really means something to you, like a song that really gets you through stuff or,
Yeah. And well, as someone that has tattoos where a lot of them mean something, but I do have a few that mean nothing, you want to get something that means something, especially if it's from this band, because it's there forever.
Right.
I mean, you take it to the grave, literally.
Absolutely.
She also said that her and her family had a little mini concert in the living room with the block party. That's
nice.
fun.
How
Projected
fun.
it on the wall, had friends over, got snacks. It was really awesome.
That sounds awesome. I want to be in your family.
Clancy's Jumpsuit is apparently from Indianapolis and said she went to the Children's Museum and took her sister to the treehouse. And on the way up, there was a girl who commented on her shirt, which was of 21 Pilots. And I said, thanks, and asked her if she listened. And she said, yeah.
Nice.
For a minute, my heart skipped a beat and thought she meant, do you listen to our podcast?
Oh, no.
But I think she just means 21 Pilots.
Yeah.
Which is fine. Let's see what else.
That's so fun when you find clickies in the wild.
Brooklyn O'Shea has returned. Thank you, Brooklyn.
Nice.
I'm still processing that the boys pulled up and played a free show in my city in all caps.
Yeah.
I'm still sore and in shock from that entire day. It was absolutely insane with a whole bunch of exclamation points, like Too many to count.
So exciting.
This was my first pit since 2016 and hopefully not my last. Well, if you're still sore weeks later, it might be your last. I hate to break it to you.
It's worth it. No pain, no gain.
True. Marper has also returned. Thank you for coming back.
Marper.
When you were talking about the shirt and the meanings of it and that basically every coin has two sides, I instantly thought about your soul knows good and evil. Your soul knows both sides.
Yep.
And it's time you pick your battle. And I promise you, this is mine.
See, I'm not crazy.
She also
My
believes
tinfoil hat is quite shiny.
quite
and,
tin-foily.
and straight.
Yeah, you look like the flipping Tin Man over there.
Yeah.
She also believes that the lore is not over.
Thank you.
Sawyer gave us, he has returned as well, or she, oh God, I can't remember now.
You should really make notes.
Sawyer has returned, whatever gender. South Blue Stations, my favorite podcaster, sorry for not commenting. You should be sorry. They had standardized testing, so
that's
mine
the
was
worst.
not thinking straight.
That is the worst. I'm sorry.
Great episode as always. I love the lore deep dives. You got me hyped for the third album.
Yeah, there
Although
we go.
their
Woo,
bank
woo.
account will suffer.
Mm-hmm.
I love how thoroughly you describe the shows. It's almost like being there.
Nice.
Maybe I can finally go to one if they actually put out a third album.
Yep.
Annabelle has returned
Annabelle.
from the in-between, or the, what is it called? What was it
Upside
called?
down?
The Upside Down.
The in- She doesn't work at Disneyland.
No, I mean, you could get lost in the in-between as well, but lovely episode. So sorry I haven't commented lately. You should be, Annabelle. How dare you? She's been busy. Mrs. Cliquebait, you blew her mind with the whole thing about the third album.
Thank you.
Respectfully, I'm not sure I'm completely on the bus yet, but I can see where you're coming from, and it does sound very intriguing.
Get
And
on
the
bus,
letter
Gus.
was definitely part of the lore. I agree. Thank you both so much for this podcast. I promise it always lights up my Thursdays, even if I don't comment. Great.
Love it.
This is a new listener as well. Cheryl Not Done is the username. It says, Mr. CB, I came over from FB to let you know.
No, this is Cheryl.
Oh, okay. Well, she's never commented on here.
All right. Well, welcome, Cheryl. Now she's
Welcome,
hitting
Cheryl.
3. I love it, Cheryl.
Yeah. I do love the soundboard too. Not just
Yes.
Mrs. Clickbait's shoes.
Yes. My shoes are amazing.
I'm loving the March Madness song brackets. I'm sorry they ended today. How excited are you both about our boys getting a song on Artemis 2?
Yeah. They did, though. We got vindicated. Who sings that song? Is that that's Dashboard Confessional? I know.
That was for the Artemis. Yeah.
I was
vindicated.
very sad. Yeah.
Yeah. That is Dashboard. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Emily with the little Ned looking characters afterwards. Welcome back, Emily.
Hello, Emily.
I really don't want the lore to end at all. However, I was just rewatching the Apple Music. This is the one that called you out. The contract interview, and Tyler says it's the last album that's telling the story. The story will end with this one. And then a sad face. Oh, Nice to Greet You is back. Sorry, I haven't commented. I will try to do better, but it was definitely not because of the buttons. If anything, we need more.
No.
They got a really late birthday gift yesterday, and it's a fake Lego set of minifigures of Josh and Tyler and Nico, which just go
Fun. They have those on Etsy. Somebody makes like a Shy Away music video one that has like trash in the background. It's cool.
There's a lot of typos in this, and it's kind of funny. I got to read this one. It says, it makes me even more excited for the Stressed Boo House.
Nice.
I think it's supposed to be a Stressed Out House.
I want a stress boo house. That'd be cool. Would that be like the stressed out house during Halloween? Or is it like a house for your boo? Like what
I feel
would
like
that
it's
be
multi-purpose.
exactly? I think the stressed out
The
house
stressed
during
boo thing
Halloween
house.
would be
The Distressed Out House.
amazing. It's not very nice. You make a lot of typos too. I would be happy to call you out if you'd like.
I'm not calling. Listen, I know it's Spotify's fault. It is very hard to comment on this thing. It like auto corrects and whatever. So, let's see. And then a new one. I don't know who this is. Oh, yes, I do. We both know who this is. It's Equinox #. It says, yo, I'm Rune Kristen.
Oh, hi.
I got a shout out. Well, there you go. You got another one.
You got another one.
And that's all I have. Thanks for coming back, people. Don't be
Yeah.
strangers or I will shame you again.
I love all the people that come from the different parts of the internet and collide in one. Like Cheryl, getting all three.
Yeah.
You gotta go on TikTok now, Cheryl.
Absolutely.
And maybe X, but I'm not on that ever.
No.
It's scary.
Yeah,
X is
dumb.
a scary world.
Yeah, it's.
I do not like it over there.
Elon Musk should really do better.
I don't think it's his fault. It's really,
well, he owns it, so you can shut down like all
it's a
the
scary world over
bad
there. I don't
things.
like it.
Yeah.
All right. Everybody's just so grouchy over there.
I know, man. And everything, like
Ugh.
the algorithms are just all
weird
over the
and-
place. Like
yeah.
there's just bad things
I don't like
on
it.
the X.
Yeah.
So
All right. Anyway, moving on. TOP fans doing amazing things. And this one's going to go out to 2 teachers. I'm doing 2 in 1 because I got 2 teachers this week, which I have a very soft spot for in my heart, as I was a teacher for quite a while and
Yeah.
now no
Yes,
longer
you were.
am because it's not
Well,
great anymore. But
you
anyway,
are. You're teaching the people about 21 Pilots lore,
Sure. Okay.
which everyone loves.
I'll do it.
So
All right. So first we are going to talk about Mrs.Peds.the.teacher on Instagram, who shared, and she recorded herself doing this, a whole lesson with her class on the March Madness concert. She had like her smart board going with like a map of the venue, and she showed how far she ran, and they all had to guess how far it was that she ran to get to the barricade.
I love that. That's cool.
Played like
Yeah,
songs
man.
and showed them like cool things, and she showed them their outfit, and they all knew when she said something like, and here's the lead singer. They were like, Tyler. It was adorable.
We love that.
I love that you're sharing the music with the younger generation. They were probably like maybe 2nd or 3rd grade. It sounded like I didn't remember what she said. I think.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
But
Way
it
to
was
go.
really cool. She had like a whole thing up, and it was
Yeah,
awesome.
I love that.
Oh, and she showed like a news clip where she was in it running to the barricade.
Mm.
The kids were like, "Whoa!" They were all excited that she was on TV. So that was very cool. So thank you for sharing your love of this amazing music with your kids. And then the next one I want to talk about was actually also like, so I found it on my own searching through, but it was also sent to me by Scribbles and Stardust, who made our wonderful stickers. It's DATZ, so it's DATZ. I'm probably thinking that's this person's last name. What I Call Music.
No, that's not their last name. It's like, that's what I call music, yo.
I'm thinking it's a play on their last name.
Oh, okay.
Possibly.
Yeah,
I don't know if
whatever.
it's true
I
or
don't
not.
know.
Anyway, he's a choir teacher, and he taught his kids how to do the harmonies of Drag Path. I showed it to you.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It was really
Yeah.
fun, just kind of hearing and seeing the different notes, and I found my part right away as
Yeah.
a former choir person.
Mm-hmm.
So it was really cool. So thank you,
Yeah.
Mister.
Thanks, mister.
For sharing this amazing music with your class as well.
Yeah, way to go, Mr. Guy.
I love all these ways that people are finding to share this music with each other.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I think it's really cool.
It is cool. I love it.
If you are reading anything today, thank a teacher. I was gonna say if you're reading this, but
Listen,
you're definitely not reading this because
we're about to find out real soon here just how not great my teachers were, because I suck at reading, and I'm going to do the song deep dive where I read a bit.
Cool.
So, yeah.
All right.
Sorry.
That's okay. Let's get
Sorry in
into it.
advance, everyone. Are we ready for the
Let's do it.
song deep dive?
We are ready.
It is time for the song.
Hey, friends, just a heads up.
Nope. It is time for the What is happening? We're professionals.
Like, what is happening?
Take 2. It is time for the song. Deep dive. Are you ready?
I'm ready. So ready.
So I couldn't find it.
You couldn't find it?
I couldn't find this on Spotify, but I believe someone requested this
Oh.
because it's their brother's favorite song or something.
Oh.
And
that's
it's one of my
nice.
favorite songs. So today, whenever you hear this, we're struggling today. We're on the struggle bus,
We?
both of us. Yeah. Well, you already said you were tired earlier. And you
I'm
made
very
something up,
tired,
so
but I have pulled it together because I give it everything I've got.
You're a pro.
I'm a
not.
pro.
I'm not a pro. Anyway, today, whenever we are doing Levitate from the album Trench.
Is that you or me? Is this me? Oh, it's me. I'm sorry.
What?
I'm making like little weird
Yeah.
zigzags with my zipper.
I wasn't going to say this, but now I am, since you brought attention to it. It's finally like 66 degrees and you're wearing a parka in the house.
What's a parka?
And you're like making all kinds of noise when you move your arms and you talk like a crazy Italian man with your hands.
What's a parka?
A big jacket. You don't know what a parka is?
No.
What?
Well, I'll take it.
What planet are... No, it'll be louder if you take it off. Just leave it on.
I'm very cold. Okay.
Well, I'm trying to do the song deep dive.
I know. I'm sorry.
All right. Anyway, Levitate is the second song from.
Okay.
All right. Are you good?
I think so.
All right. Levitate is
Are we doing Levitate?
We're doing Levitate. Not to be confused with levitating, which I said earlier in this show many episodes ago. But anyway, It is called Levitate from Trench. It is the second song on Trench. This song's actually the first time we hear about Trench in like the lyrics and stuff.
When that guy says, "Welcome to Trench."
Yeah.
Okay.
And I couldn't remember from all your deep dives about the letters and whatnot if we heard the word trench anywhere else before this. Do you recall? I don't remember the exact timeline.
Yeah, that's a great question.
Of the Clancy letters, but it's the first time we hear about trench being being a thing
in
the song.
DEMA.org website. We do have the map, and it says trench.
Yeah.
So we do know that trench exists.
So as you pointed out in the end of the video, in the end of the song, and it's visualized in the video, one of the banditos, he kind of looks like me a little bit, a younger me with a beard and whatnot, says, so if you want any hints on what I look like, people, just watch this video. But he says, "Welcome to Trench."
Yes, he does.
And when you hear the album without any video context, especially if it's like your first time, you're probably like, what in the world is Trench besides the name of the album? But when you watch the video, the visuals are kind of cool because it's Clancy, this other guy, and the Welcome to Trench guy sitting around a campfire. It's the end of the video, and Nico comes and grabs Clancy by the neck and pulls him away, and the guy next to him has like this shocked, scared look on his face, like, what just happened? And the Welcome to Trench guy looks almost like possessed, or I think he's seized. And he just sits there with like kind of reddish eyes and just staring blankly and goes, "Welcome to Trench." Almost like he's either like jaded, like this happens all the time, and it's happening again, or he's under the control of someone else.
Under the control.
And the other guy who's not under the control looks like freaked out big time.
I would like to say that when we first heard Overcompensate and it says, "Welcome back to Trench," I feel like I missed out on that like really exciting feeling of like, oh my gosh, we're so back, because we didn't come in during Trench. So I didn't get that like super like, woohoo, yeah, we're back.
Oh, I did. I did when I heard "Welcome back to Trench."
Woohoo for you. I'm talking about me.
Oh, okay. Woohoo for me.
So I'm like, I'm sad that I didn't get that, but I have now equated it to we're back at a concert. Yeah. Because it's the opener. So.
Yeah, it is kind of cool.
So I do get that feeling now when I hear "Welcome Back to Trench."
So I picked this song because I think it's incredible, and that makes sense because I'm the rap Tyler laner.
You are the rap Tyler, yeah.
And you know, this song is like certainly it's just a rap song, really. There's no singing.
Absolutely.
Going on. Yep. So we're going to listen to it in a bit and break down what I think the lyrics mean. But first I wanted to talk a little bit more about the video. It was released ahead of the album on August 8th, 2018. So they released three videos before the album even came out.
Yes.
And they were all lore videos and told the story of Trench a little bit. Just ahead of it were videos for Jumpsuit, then Nico and the Niners, then Levitate, all in order, all about 10 days or so apart. And mind you, like I said, there's been no album or songs released yet. So you're just getting these things with the visuals and everything.
Right.
Kind of cool. All right. Like I said, they're all three lore videos, which I probably back then didn't really make sense because we're just learning about the lore. I think, if you're a fan then and you followed all along and you're first seeing these, you're probably like, what is happening? What's with the yellow tape? What's going on here? Because we left off at Blurry Face with red things and a lot of black. Now we're wearing green and yellow and, very different.
Don't forget, we are getting the DEMA.org website drops as well. So we're starting to kind of piece these things together slowly. Yeah.
There were 6 videos released overall for Trench. And I think the others have some lore adjacent theory like we see with a lot of the videos like from Clancy and stuff. Those videos were My Blood, which some people say is like to show Tyler disassociating from things because he's mentioned that the events depicted in the other 3, the lore videos, felt like out-of-body experiences. And we find out that he doesn't really realize that he was actually a part of it until City Walls, when he goes back and
I could see how
kind
it
of
could
revisits it.
possibly be like a torchbearer thing since he disappears.
Yeah.
But I don't think I'm fully on board with my blood being a lore.
And then I see chlorine is lore adjacent just because
For
Ned's
sure.
in it. It's the introduction of Ned. And then I don't really like the hype, and I haven't really seen the video. So
I would
just
not
put that
call
in there because it
lore
was
adjacent. It only has a stuffy Ned,
yeah.
but that's really it. I wouldn't
So-
call that lore adjacent at all.
So let's get into the song a little bit more. It picks up right where Nico and the Niners leaves off, video wise, even though it musically transitions straight from Jumpsuit. And we'll hear that in a minute, but it basically goes right into it, almost like to suggest that you're supposed to listen to this episode from start to, or I'm sorry, not this episode, that album
You should
from start
listen
to
to this
finish.
from start to finish, though.
I will when I edit it. I always do.
No, I mean, I'm talking to our listeners.
Oh yeah, they should. It's almost like you should listen to Trench from start to finish. And it is one of those, it's considered a concept album that tells a story. So with an album like that, you normally would listen from start to finish because each song kind of tells a story in order, but that's not necessarily the case here. This is the only song that kind of transitions right into it, other than Days Lie Dormant into, One Way into Days Lie Dormant.
Which is quite the vibe change.
It is quite the vibe change. And I would say it's quite the vibe change from Jumpsuit into Levitate as well. Well, we'll hear that again. And we'll cover all this on another episode at some point because I said I'd like to really get into the videos. But in Nico and the Niners, Clancy's basically escaping being rescued from Dima by the Banditos and Torchbearer. They come in and grab him and pull him out. He knows they're coming because he's in the video is seen packing for the journey. So he must be expecting them. It's not like they surprise him and say, hey, we're here to bust you out. He's filling up a bag and puts stuff in it and he takes it with him. Them? Yeah. So
but I think it's probably, I'm trying to remember all the letters right now in my head. Is there something in the letters?
It's either the letters or when I was going down this rabbit hole, there's these things about Torchbearer's quality to kind of like project himself in the places he's not. Mm-hmm. So I wonder if Torchbearer went into his cell or room or whatever you want to call it and said, hey, I'm coming for you, bub. Get your bag ready. That's what I'm thinking happened.
I'll grab my bag and go with you.
As they leave the city, do you like what I did there?
Yes, I do.
They enter the wilds of Trench and end up in a bandito camp at night. And that's where the Levitate video begins. Okay? Mm-hmm. The video as a whole is basically like a hype scene from a movie. Like Tyler's just rapping and everybody's getting fired up and putting tape on and getting excited to go fight something. You know what I mean? They're like having a barbecue and Josh is in the middle playing drums and
Jenna's shaving his head.
Yeah, they're just having a. Was that her?
It's Jenna.
Oh, well, yeah, they're getting haircuts. They're just getting ready, man. It's like boys' night, at the camp. Yeah. And they're just hanging out and getting hyped to go fight the Dima and the Nico. You know what I'm saying?
I do know what you're saying.
But then at the end, something happens. And as we see again, Nico wins out in the end and captures him, grabs his neck turns black, and we hear the Welcome to Trench guy go,
I'm not going to do it again.
Welcome to Trench. And that's where the video ends. I just wanted to bring up a note on the black paint. And again, I'm not the lore guy, so I'm trying to, everyone's probably like, get with the song already. But I noticed doing all this research that in Jumpsuit, no black paint. Heavy Dirty Soul, black paint. Heavy Dirty Soul goes into Jumpsuit, no black paint on the neck or hands. Until Nico grabs him, and it very clearly shows like 3 distinct.
I think he's smearing him.
Like fingerprints on each side.
Mm-hmm.
And then as he starts to pull him toward him with his mind, the neck turns completely black. I think that's a little detail that a lot of people don't realize because I've never heard anyone talking about it. Mm. And then when Clancy realizes when the yellow petals come down and he kind of gets his strength to run away, the neck paint slowly fades away back to just the 3 smears until eventually nothing. Mm-hmm. And then we go into Nico and the Niners that comes from this video after that video, and he's got no paint on. He goes and hangs out with his buddies at Levitate. That video, no paint until Nico grabs him again. So it kind of suggests to me that when he's under the control of Nico, whether it's in the live show today or all these videos of yore, that's when Nico's controlling him.
Sure.
And there's been a few times where we've seen him without the paint in the recent eras. In the Craving video, no paint. Single version. No paint in...
None at all?
No paint when he's playing a kind of like a I can't remember what radio station it was, but it was in Chicago, and he's just there with the ukulele, no paint on hands or neck.
Well, I don't think, but he was also wearing like jeans and a big floppy sweatshirt. I don't think he was supposed to be like, I think it was like an intimate acoustic kind of performance of Tyler Joseph, not 21 Pilots.
Well, I agree, but I think
saying,
there's
I
times
think
where
there's-
he's really projecting to us that like Nico's in control here, and I think it all has to do circling back to your overall lore theory that things aren't done. There's more to come, because there's specific times where the paint's darker in my mind and it's lighter. And like in some of the Clancy videos, I've been watching some of those recently. It is dark. And so I think that he's.
We didn't really talk about it, but how about at Innings Fest when he came out in all black this time?
Right.
With a black Clancy and a black outfit.
Exactly.
All right. Anyway, moving on. We've got a lot to cover here, and it's already
we're good.
long.
So let's just get to the song. First, I want to play you that transition I was talking about. So I'm going to turn on Jumpsuit here and then go right to the end. All right. And then we'll get into Levitate.
So wait, what are we listening to?
The transition. So this is Jumpsuit. Everybody knows and loves Jumpsuit.
Is there fast forwarding going on?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, just listen to this transition.
Yeah.
Incredible, right?
Incredible.
So good.
Flawless.
All right, now we'll get into the song. So we're going to do our normal, listen to some and then pause it.
Great.
Okay, let's get into that. So it starts with the chorus, and they do this a lot where it either starts with the pre-chorus or the chorus. And with that transition and everything, just getting right into the chorus is, I don't know, it's just so great. It had me from the first time I heard it. And as we have mentioned before, I'm a big rapping Tyler guy. So that's what this all is. But let's talk about the lyrics first, okay? The first time you hear levitate up off my feet, I don't think we should take this literally like we don't with any of their stuff. Of course, Tyler and Josh can't actually levitate unless they're like magicians or something. Do you think they can?
No.
Yeah, so they can't levitate. So what does this mean, right? I think in the context of this song and what these crazy guys do to us, it can mean all kinds of different things. But I think it means one of two specific things: rising above our struggles and failures, rising above our mental health to something new, rising above your past self and feeling or accepting God's grace. Okay. Or it means how Clancy will literally escape Demo one day because we've learned that it has to do with flying.
Well, we have theorized.
Correct.
That he will be flown out.
Right. So maybe he will actually lift off of his feet because something grabs him.
He talks a lot about going higher.
Yeah, and a lot of flying.
So high. My jumpsuit takes me so high.
Yeah. So next it says, and ever since the 7th grade, I learned how to fire breathe. Fire breathe is an interesting choice of words here because it has a lot of meanings, especially if you look at the old Merriam-Webster dictionary online. First, we have dragons and demons from mythological folklore. Of course, they breathe fire, and we have our own dragon in trash in this story. There's performance art, like the people that like put a fire thing in their mouth and then blow it out because they have a little bit of gas or whatever, and fire breathing at the circus or whatnot. And then finally, it also means there's an aggressive expression or rhetoric, much like a lot of Tyler's lyrics, and especially in the style in which he delivers them in this song.
Sure.
In my opinion. But I want to look at the religious side of things like we often do with this. And there's a couple different takes through this lens. Fire breathing or speaking in tongues. In the book of Acts 2 specifically, which we'll read in a minute because there's a lot there. The first gifting of the Holy Spirit to the people described is the presence of tongues of fire. Mm-hmm. Are you familiar with this?
I am familiar with this.
So I wanted to read this whole verse real quick, if you can bear with me. Try and open it here. It's not opening.
You might need to be in edit mode.
Thanks for that. Yeah. There we go. What would we do without you, Mrs. Cliquebait?
We'd be sitting here while you keep clicking the same thing that's not working.
We're still sitting here while it's not working. All right, here we go. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
This is from Acts 2. The Holy Spirit comes at Pentecost. When the day of Pentecost came, they were all together in one place. Suddenly a sound like the blowing of a violent wind came from heaven and filled the whole house where they were sitting. They saw what seemed to be tongues of fire that separated and came to rest on each of them. All of them were filled with the Holy Spirit and began to speak in other tongues as the Spirit enabled them. Now there were staying in Jerusalem God-fearing Jews from every nation under heaven. When they heard this sound, a crowd came together in bewilderment because each one heard their own language being spoken. Utterly amazed, they asked, "Aren't all of these who are speaking Galileans? Then how is it that each of us hears them in our native language?" It goes through a bunch of different types of people and their languages that I'm not going to read all of them because some of them I can't even pronounce and I don't want to embarrass myself. It says, "We hear them declaring the wonders of God in our own tongues. Amazed and perplexed, they ask one another, 'What does this mean?' Some, however, made fun of them because they've had too much wine." Then Peter stood up and said, basically, they haven't had too much wine. They're not drunk. It's only 9 a.m. How crazy is that be? And it says, this is what was spoken to the prophet Joel. In the last days, God said, "I will pour out my spirit on all people. Your sons and daughters will prophesy. Your young men will see visions. Your old men will dream dreams. Even on my servants, both men and women, I will pour out my spirit in those days, and they will prophesy. I will show wonders in the heavens." Blah, 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 blah. This will all make sense in a minute. How do I get back to... There we are. All right. Are you ready for me to make this all make sense?
Mm-hmm.
I think Tyler's simply saying to us that even though he and all of us really feed on our failures, and I'm sorry, I went ahead there. I think what we're trying to say is that no matter what you believe in or who you might be or how you perceive God, his message is trying to help all of us one way or another. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like they were all able to understand it because what he's trying to say in that moment really applies to everyone who's struggling with something.
Yeah.
That's how I saw it anyway. All right. Are you ready to move on to the next set of lyrics?
Sure.
So, and though I feed on things that fell, what's interesting here is I saw some videos before the lyrics actually came out officially, and people thought it said I feed on things that fail, which also works.
Mm-hmm.
If you think about it in that context. I think what he's saying here is that he's really telling all of us that a lot of us feed on our failures or the evils that we experience, the demons and evils, and they negatively impact our minds overall. But he follows it up with his positivity like he always does and says that even though you may do that, you can learn to levitate with just a little help. And the help here can be from your friends, family. In the case of the video, it's from the banditos or from God or whatever higher power you choose. When you get into those dark places, you can rise above it with a little bit of help.
Are we not connecting this to the vultures?
We will in a minute.
Oh, okay.
What?
Nothing. I just feel like this is even more proof of my...
Oh, it is. We get there in a minute.
Okay.
And you can interject when I mention that part.
Okay.
So let's get into the bridge right quick, shall we? So this gets really long, so we're going to try to break down that verse, like the bridge portion is like the majority of the song. It starts with the chorus. There's the bridge, which is a ton of verses, and then ends with the chorus, and then that's the song. It's really not a very long song, but it's packed with meaning.
Right.
So we start with come down, come down. In this section, I believe he's talking directly to God. And in the video, he looks up to the sky several times while he's rapping this part. He's asking God to literally come down and help him with the battle of the cowards, which I perceive to be his demons and fears that only attack when the hour's late and everyone's asleep at night. We even see in scary movies that depict Satan or things like that Satan comes at night the witching hour is supposed to be like 3 a.m. or something.
Right.
So that's what we always see through imagery about these things. And that's what he's saying is come down and help me. He asks them again to show up. He's again pleading for his help to just please show up. And he acknowledges that a curse from God is all he would need right now. Not like a curse literally, unless he's talking in the sense like curse these demons away from me. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
You're looking like maybe it doesn't.
No.
All right, we'll listen to the next part. There's a lot of repetition in here, so we'll jump ahead to the fabric of this thing I made.
I probably shouldn't show you, but it's way too late. My heart is with you hiding, but my mind's not made. Now they know it like we both know for some time, I'd say.
All right, danger in the fabric of this thing I made. I think he's talking about just life in general here. Clancy's life and even Tyler's life up to this point. There's sins, there's doubt and faith, there's danger in things that we've done. If you're talking to God, where God might look down upon you unfavorably for things that you've done, or others might as well. So he's telling you that there's danger here, and that he probably shouldn't reveal it, but it's way too late. Like by now you already know, and God always knows. So especially he knows.
Right.
But if you're thinking of this outside the lens of God, I probably shouldn't tell you all these bad things in my life and how I've doubted my faith and all those things, but it's probably too late because it's out there on social media. It's out there in my lyrics. Like you already know.
Mm-hmm.
By the time Trench comes out, people already know. Then it goes into my heart is with you hiding, but my mind's not made. Again, I think he's doubting his faith and openly acknowledging that doubt to the Lord himself. In the lore sense, I think he's acknowledging that he has given into Dima and blurry face at times, but his mind's not completely made up of which direction he wants to go. And I think we kind of see that in all throughout the eras that he's like, it's comfortable to stay in Dima, or should I escape and try to beat it? And we've talked about that a lot, where sometimes just living in your bad mental health space is familiar and comfortable. So you should just stay there.
Yeah.
So I think that's what he's getting at here. And then he goes on to know that both sides of this have known him for quite some time. All right, let's go to the next. All right, here's your big moment for your vultures in a minute, but they're smirking at first blood. They're circling above. I think he's simply saying that the demons are always circling above us. They're following us everywhere. And they're just waiting for one little weakness in your faith or your strength to pounce again and cause you more grief and trouble. They look for us at our weakest moments and they attack. In the video, we smashed 2 vultures flying around during this time. And then we get into this culture of is a poacher of overexposure. I just got to say, like, we've said this before. Those lyrics, man, like no one's writing at this level. Poacher and overexposure. Like, what are we doing?
Beautiful.
You know what I mean? I've never seen anyone write like this. Not today. Don't feed me to the vultures. I am a vulture who feeds on pain. I'm going to tell you what I think's going on here, and then you can fill in with your vulture theory again. Deal?
Okay.
I think it's pretty easy to take a bunch of meanings from this portion of the verse, but from a Christian's point of view, it's simply saying that our culture, even back in 2017 and 2018, when this was written, poaches on the overexposure of literally everything. We talked about X earlier, how there's just so much out there and some of it's not even real. There's just exposure overload, like sensory overload.
Yeah.
And if you're following the news or anything like that, it's usually just bad news after bad news, sin after sin. It's everywhere. You know what I mean? The algorithms are just all over the place and they're trying to trick you into feeling bad and they're feeding you bad things. They're never feeding you positive things. You know what I mean? And it keeps people coming back to it for some reason. Tyler and Clancy are literally asking God here to not let him give in to those temptations because his demons and inner self is a vulture that feeds on pain. We know that we are those kind of people that are drawn to the car accident. We want to see the bad things. Sometimes we want to look at the sun to see what it looks like, even though it's bad for us. You know what I mean? So we're all vultures that are feeding on pain, but we're asking God to like guide us to not do that and focus on the positive. All right, go.
Go what?
Vultures.
No, it was way back in the beginning when you were talking about the line where he says, and though I feed on things that fell, you can learn to levitate with just a little help. I think he's trying to say, in this case, we've talked about how the vultures in this religion are actually cleansing agents. They're not bad things. They're actually very good things. They're reverent and revered in this culture, right? So I think he's saying, I am a vulture. I feed on things that fell.
Mm-hmm.
They feed on things that die, right?
Yeah.
He's a vulture that feeds on pain. He'll take your pain away. He's our savior, just like I told you.
Yeah.
Jesus basically took our sins away when he died, right?
Yeah.
So he's a vulture that feeds on pain. He's a vulture that takes away the sins. He says you can learn to levitate with just a little help. He's asking for the banditos. He's asking for everybody to help him fly. Just like we talked about, he's going to fly out of here, right?
Yeah.
He's asking for the help of them to get him out of there, to help him fly out.
And it's a one way, hopefully. He's
and
not
it's
coming
a one
back.
way. He's
Hopefully
not coming back. No. So I think this song is one of the ones that are a really good indication of my thoughts on Clancy as Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to mention too, and I can wait till the end if you want me to wait.
No, go ahead. I think we're all right.
It has to do with, you were talking about the tongues of fire, whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's celebrated on a day that's called Pentecost Sunday. And the priest wears red vestments that day. So if you're not Catholic or religious, our priests wear different colors depending upon what time of year it is. And the colors represent something that's going on. So for Lent and Easter, we wear purple to represent the royalty of Jesus, right? Christmas, we have purple as well because Jesus is coming. Any normal day, it's green, right? So there's only 3 days that we wear the red. Well, not we, the priest wears red, and it is Palm Sunday. I'm trying to remember the third one, but Pentecost is, there's 3 days and 2 of them have to do with Easter. And the last one's Pentecost. And Pentecost is 50 days after Easter Sunday. And the red is supposed to represent the blood of the martyrs and the apostles. So, yeah. And we've also talked about how the tongues of fire were gifts from the Holy Spirit, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Which we have also equated to Mr. Josh Dunn and Torchbearer being the Holy Spirit. At least I have anyway. So he's asking for the help of Josh and the Banditos. Sorry, Torchbearer and the Banditos and their fire to get him out of here.
Did you see my face when you were saying that?
Yes, I did see that.
Maybe 50 days after Easter / Good Friday, the last performance.
Oh, it's Good Friday. That's the other one.
Is that when the East is Up festival is, by chance?
Oh, I don't know.
Are we going to get something new then?
It is this year. Pentecost is on the 24th of May, I believe.
Yeah, I think that festival's in June.
You start talking and I'll look.
All right. Anyway, there's some lyrics I skipped over just because I think people have tied it back to Car Radio where he says, we're not just graffiti on a passing train. I got back what I once lost back in that slot. Whatever. I'm not reading them, but people are attributing that to the car radio that was stolen and he got it back and put it back in. So whatever meaning is from Car Radio and what that means to have that car radio be gone, which we'll get into when we deep dive into that song. A lot of people have tied that back. I didn't really get into that part of the lyrics because this is, like I said, a very long verse and I wanted to go a different direction. So are we ready for next or do you want to let us know something?
No, there's nothing.
Okay. Well, maybe that's when your third album is going to come out.
Nothing in May.
Maybe that's when the third album is going to come out and that's when
I don't know.
Clancy came out in May, right?
Or a clue.
Or Paladin Straight came out in May or something.
Clue.
Yeah.
It's just another clue.
Anyway, we'll finish these up and get out of here.
Now
All right. That pretty much closes it out before we get back into the chorus, and just some thoughts on the ending of that verse. I think sleep in a well-lit room is pretty self-explanatory when we talk about the horrors and the fears of nighttime. He's asking God to sever all he knows by not allowing him to think about these bad things. I thought I could depend on my weekends. I saw this as the weekends are for most people anyway, not for this guy, but for most people, a time of peace and relaxing. You kind of get away from the rat race and refocus on what's important. You go to church, all those things. He thought that would be enough, but it still isn't. On the freezing ground, here I think Clancy's talking about his environment in Dima. He sleeps on the cold ground in his room/cell, and he's asking God to keep him down from the ledges. I think this is a metaphor where people might go up to something high to jump and end their life. He then says that God better test that, or someone better test that strength in him to stay put on the freezing ground by putting wedges under doors to keep those doors closed so he can't get out and get up to those ledges. And then the last verse, it's funny that this is such a short song, like I said before, but it's packed with so much meaning.
Yeah.
But in this part of the verse, Tyler goes at us about his music, as he often does at some point in his songs. And he's really speaking to just how important his music is to his own mental health, and how we perceive it or like it is so important to him. Like, he wants to put out this good product, and some artists just don't care. You know what I mean? Like, they just make music to collect the money from the downloads. Some completely sell out and just play what they think people want to hear. Mm-hmm. But Tyler and Josh want to do all of those things. They want you to like it. They want it to be successful. They want to win the awards, but they also want to touch a deeper meaning and a deeper part of the click. But, at the same time, I'm sure deep down inside, they want the common listener to, like it. And then I thought this was interesting. This line feels a lot like Rising Up to Dominate by track 2. This is track 2. Mm-hmm. Some other track 2s. Stressed Out.
I feel like garbage. I'm kidding. That's not 2, is it?
No,
that's 4.
Raw Fear is track 2.
Yeah.
Stressed Out is track 2. Dominates. I can't remember what is Scaled and Icy's track 2. Choker, I think. I believe. How about we have a look? I forgot to write this part down. Shame. 1 second.
No, is it Drum Show? It's track 2?
Drum Show is on, no.
No, not on Scaled and Icy.
So on Scaled and Icy, we have Choker as track 2. On Clancy, we have Next Semester. Mm-hmm. Pretty dominating track. Like I said, Stressed Out on Blurry Face. On Vessel, it's Holding On to You. Mm-hmm. Fall Away on Self-Titled. City Walls on Breach is track 2. No, it's not.
No, it's not. That's track 1, isn't it?
Yes, Raw Fear is track 2. My bad.
Fear. You said that already.
Yeah. So yeah, I just wondered if there's any secret meaning to that line, like by Dominate by track 2. Like, is that when the album really gets going to him? Is that when is he referencing because Stressed Out like changed their life, and this is post Blurry Face Stressed Out, and that was track 2? Like nobody really understood track 1. I don't know. I just thought it was interesting that he threw it in there. And finally, he kind of ends with, before the chorus, at least they all know all they hear comes from a place. And in the video, he points right to his head, just letting us know that his head is very complicated. His mind is complicated, like all of ours is. And it can sometimes be a twisted place. And he kind of likes it when he makes us cry. Because that's when we're really getting it. Because he's twisted up.
Yeah.
So that's my very butchered take on this song.
No, it's good.
Sorry, trying to incorporate all the technology and read my notes on 2 different devices got me all tripped up, but I think you get the point.
We got the point. Very nicely done.
Did I do okay?
You did great.
You're usually so much better at these than me.
No.
Yeah, you just speak clear, and I'm just dumb.
You're not.
I'm the looks of this operation, but nobody knows what we look like, so
I know.
You'll just have to trust me, people.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else to add for this one?
Mm-mm.
No?
Nope.
All right. Well, thanks for listening. The downloads are back up to where they used to be.
Nice.
So
That's
love that.
Don't forget about
Don't forget about the name change if you're searching on Google, because we're there now. It's Cliquebait, one word. Tell your friends, tell the dog, so the dog can tell its babysitter and all its friends at doggy daycare that we are now Cliquebait, one word, and we are Cliquebait, and So were you.
Stay alive, friends. Show.